Retail Archaeology presents the Retail Archaeology Holly Jolly Dead Mall Christmas Special. Starring Prescott Gateway Mall and featuring Sears, Spencer's Gifts, B. Arthur, and Gamestop. Hello everyone, and welcome to a special Christmas episode of Retail Archaeology. Today we'll be taking a look at Prescott Gateway Mall in Prescott, Arizona. This is a mall that was built in 2002, and as of December 2017, it is dying. And as you can also see, it is decorated for Christmas. This is something I always wanted to see, a dead mall that was still decorating for Christmas. And this is actually pretty fitting too, because Prescott, Arizona was named Arizona's Christmas City by Rose Mofford in 1989. See here, this is a single-story mall and it has absolutely beautiful ceilings. We'll take a quick look at the directory here so you can get an idea about how big it is. And all three of those anchor stores are currently open, but you can see there's a lot of vacant spaces there as well. Even the Arizona Bible Institute couldn't make it. We were pretty impressed with this mall when we walked in. Like I mentioned, it was built in 2002, but a lot of this still has a very late 90s feel to it, which I think kind of makes sense. I think Prescott's one of those areas where the 90s stuck around for a few more years. Let's pop into the Sears here and see how they're looking for Christmas this year. And as you can see, this pretty much looks like every other Sears at this point. This was filmed on a Saturday afternoon during peak Christmas shopping time, so this is not a good look for Sears. If this is how they look on a Saturday afternoon in December, times are going to be tough ahead for them. I do like this nice little Christmas display though. This mall was originally developed by Westcor, but a company called the Tabani Group Inc. purchased it for a little over $16 million in 2013. And obviously they weren't able to do much with it because in April of this year, it actually went up for auction and sold for $10 million. But unfortunately in July, it was announced that deal fell through, and Tabani Group announced they're still going to be operating this mall like they were before. So the future is pretty uncertain for this mall, I think, at this point. Like I said, they said they're going to continue to operate it as normal, but it just more and more tenants are leaving this place, and at this point, it is pretty much a dead mall. This might be one of the saddest mall plants I've ever seen. Prescott is not a very big city. There's only about a little over 40,000 people that live here, and there are a lot of shopping options here, so I'm not sure that this place has the population or the population growth to support a mall like this, and I think that's a big part of the problem. I believe this store was a Pacific Sunwear, it looks like, at one time. I absolutely love the wood ceilings in this place, though. That is beautiful. And I also love that even though it's a dead mall, they've got it decorated for Christmas. Most of the windows in the vacant shops are painted up like this for the holidays. Now this store, Games People Play, was a really cool store. I was really surprised to find these cool old pinball machines in here. I am a huge pinball fan. I think you know that if you've been following the channel at all for a while. And this was something I was definitely not expecting to see in a dead mall. And they had even more pinball machines in the back. It looks like some of these were sold already. And this was also the kind of the store that sold like billiard tables, slot machines, that kind of stuff. And look at that, there's old folks looking at slot machines. You don't see that every day. Now right next to that store was this place called Nate's Arcade. And I was really excited to find an arcade in this mall at first. As you can see, this is a pretty sad arcade. There's a lot of classic games in here, but a lot of them are just not in good shape or not turned on at all. But it has been a long time since I've seen an off-road cabinet. But yeah, you can see a lot of these are just not in the best condition. There was another cool old pinball machine back here, which was cool. But then you can see another just bunch of games not turned on, not in working condition. It turns out this arcade's actually owned and operated by the same people that own the Games People Play store. So I don't know if this is just somewhere where they kind of store some of their overstock and try and generate some revenue from it or what. But you know, definitely cool to see an arcade in a mall, and actually a decent sized one. But I just wish the games and stuff were in better shape. And as you can see here from the back of the arcade looking into the mall, not a lot of foot traffic. I really did think I was going to have a hard time finding a dead mall decorated for Christmas. And it's even better that I found one in the official Christmas town of Arizona. You can see more of the Christmas decorations there on this empty storefront. They've painted the windows with Christmas themed things. Now let's take a look at this Spencer's Gifts that we found that's kind of like stepping in a time machine back to the late 90s, early 2000s. This store was pretty cool. Everyone remember looking at lava lamps at Spencer's Gifts? You can see there you've got all your standard Spencer's Gifts merchandise all out there in the open. And this was one of the busier stores in this mall, which is not surprising. I mean, it's Spencer's Gifts. How awesome is that? The only thing that could have made this Spencer's Gifts better was if they had the neon sign out front instead of that newer logo. Look at all those t-shirts there, though. Wu-Tang Clan, Chili Peppers. Definitely feels like the late 90s, early 2000s in there. Now here's the food court, and you can see that's not busy at all for a Saturday afternoon. There are a few things still open though. There's a Subway, and then local things. Like I don't think that Chai's Thai is a national chain. I could be wrong. And I absolutely love this kiosk I found. NFL themed snack bowls, spatulas, fidget spinners, they fix cell phones, and they sell pop sockets, which I was told by my kid are for cell phones, I guess. This mall also has a little outdoor village area with some shops, and one of the things in there was a little pop-up temporary Enchanted Christmas Town of Lights. But what it really was just a store that sold all kinds of Christmas lights and decorations and all those light-up Christmas town things and stuff. And I'm actually kind of a sucker for those kind of things, for like Christmas lights and those Christmas town village things, so I was pretty happy to find this here. Yeah, those things right there, I love those. I'm a sucker for those. This was one of the busier things at this mall as well. And And here's the other side of the Enchanted Christmas town of lights. I actually really like those green ball Christmas ornament things hanging from the ceilings with the lights. I like those. The mall plants are kept up nice here. Those are all live plants, we checked. I imagine the reason why they have this mall all decorated for Christmas, even though it's pretty much dead, is the current owners are really trying to lease out spaces, so I'm sure they want to make it look as inviting as possible to prospective tenants. But yeah, like I said, this was something I always wanted to see, was a dead mall decorated for Christmas. I'm glad I found it, and not too far away either. That closed shop in front of us was a Foot Locker, originally. So 2017 has been an exciting year for the Retail Archaeology channel, and I think 2018 is going to be even more exciting. I've got lots more Dead Mall content planned. Also, lots of other new series planned, all, fitting the theme of Retail Archaeology, obviously. Lots more Mall Tycoon live streams, and even a book planned for 2018, so definitely keep an eye out for that. I hope your year this year has been as awesome as the Retail Archaeology channel's year has been, that's for sure. I love those Hickory Farms pop-up shops. It looks like that used to be an Industrial Rides skateboard shop, and it's right next to another Dead Mall fixture, Bath & Body Works. Alright, now let's check out what this mall's Gamestop looks like. Filming inside a Gamestop can be really difficult because of how small the stores are. But this is just some of the footage I've recently gotten at Gamestop, and to tie into other exciting things on the Retail Archaeology channel in 2018, there will be new episodes on individual retailers, such as Gamestop, for example. So definitely keep an eye out for those as well. GameStop has really been facing some issues lately, so I think an episode on the history of GameStop as well as where they're at currently will be really interesting. And that's going to wrap up our tour of Prescott Gateway Mall. From the Retail Archaeology channel, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll let B. Arthur take it away.
Just one more round, friend, then homeward bound, friend. Don't forget me in your dreams. Just one more song, friend, and then so long, friend. The nights get shorter, it seems. Just one more rhyme, friend. Yes, it's a crime, friend. But you know time, friend. Time can fly. So it's good night, friend. Good night.